Hi tribe, it's been a minute since I created one of these long form YouTube videos. How have you been? I have been well, and in today's video I have 3 important updates about the Acorn I-REIT, which we invest in through the Vuka platform. The Acorn Student Accommodation Income Real Estate Investment Trust is the investment vehicle that is responsible for the income generating Kwetu and Kejani purpose-built student accommodation facilities that you may have seen as you move around Nairobi. If you stick around until the end of this video, I will share with you, or rather I will give you details about the fact that number 1, Vuka scraped off all registration or joining fees for all investment categories. Number 2, I will share with you how much dividends I received last month, and if you've been an investor on the Vuka platform for more than a year, I'm also curious to know how much dividends did you receive. That is, if you're comfortable with sharing. If you don't want to leave that information in the comment section, you can always DM me on my Instagram page. And finally, I will give you details about the fact that more dividends are coming in September, and you need to know about the upcoming book closure so that you can take advantage of the discount offering. Yes, the Acorn Student Accommodation Income REIT on the Vuka platform is selling its units at a discount, and so you need to take advantage of that. So stick around because I'm going to give you all the information. If you're new to the Wealth Tribe, if you're new here, let me bring you up to speed. Exactly 1 year ago, I had just 43,134 shillings invested in the Acorn I-REIT through the Vuka platform. In 2024, I committed to investing 5,000 shillings every month, and by the end of December 2024, we're talking about last year, I had 101,049 shillings. By the end of that December of 2024, I owned 5,000 units of the Acorn I-REIT through the Vuka platform. Now, fast forward to now, when I am recording this video, which is in June 2025, I have 159,316 invested on the Vuka platform. How did I get here? Because as you can see, I've made a lot of progress from 43,000 to 159,000 up to this point. How did I do it? Consistency. You know, if you've been part of the Wealth Tribe long enough, or rather, if you are part of the Wealth Tribe the whole of 2024, you remember that every single month from January up to December, I created a video that I uploaded on this platform where I showed you my process of investing the 5,000 shillings every month. And you saw what I had at the beginning of the year, because I shared my platform, and how much money I had at the end of the year, which is what I'm quoting as 101,049 shillings. And so you followed through my consistency journey, and a lot of you Wealth Tribers also jumped in and also did the challenge where you're investing the same 5,000 shillings. So I'm sure you received, good dividends, and you're still working towards building your investment portfolio on the Vuka platform. Let's talk about this year's goal. In 2025, my goal is to invest 8,500 shillings every month, and I have been investing January, February, March, April, May, and we're in June. For the last 5 months, I have consistently invested the 8,500 shillings on the Vuka platform. And so by the end of the year, I will have more than 218,816 shillings, inclusive of 2025's half-year dividends for the period closing 30th of June. What about you? How has your journey of consistency been with Vuka? Because remember, I have always preached on this platform that in order for you to make progress with any of your investment, may it be bonds, may it be money market funds, may it be Vuka, may it be the stock market, you need to set a goal of how much money you want to be putting towards that investment, so that at the end of the year, you can look back and clap for yourself for all the progress that you made. So now let's get into, and yes, if you're new here and you'd like to follow my journey of how I invested in 2024, I will link the video here. I'll also put the link in the description box. Watch, get inspired, and take action. So now let's get into the updates. Update number 1, no more registration fees. From the 5th, or rather on the 5th of April, Vuka scrapped off all the joining or registration fees for all categories. So now it doesn't matter whether you are on the silver category, platinum, gold, it doesn't matter. There are no more joining fees. And I know this update is important because there are so many Wealth Tribers who clicked the joining link, and you can find it in the pinned comment or the description box of this video. They clicked the link years back, months back, they wanted to join Vuka and they actually created the account. And when they realized that they have to pay, for example, 299 shillings in order to join the silver category, most of you abandoned the investment because you are not willing to pay the joining fees. Now, there are no more joining fees. This means that this investment is more accessible to more Kenyans. It is accessible to more and more of us. And so this also means that every single coin that you invest on the Vuka platform is going to be used towards, or is going to be used to buy you more units of the Acorn, or rather of the Acorn Student Accommodation I-REIT. So it's time for you to go back and log into your platform and start investing. It may be 5,000 shillings, 10,000 shillings, 20,000 shillings. It doesn't matter. All that money is going towards buying new units because there are no more registration fees. Update number 2, H2 2024 dividends, or rather the second half of 2024 dividends were paid. And I received my dividends. How much did I receive? I received 1,611 shillings because the dividends are being calculated based on how many units you owned as of the time they were paying those dividends. So did you receive your dividends? Are you happy with how much dividends you received? So many subscribers sent me a screenshot via my Instagram page to show me how much dividends they received. For those of you who claimed that you received very little dividends, I repeat, dividends are paid based on how many units that you own. For people who own more units than I own, or for people who own 10,000, 20,000 units of the Acorn I-REIT, they received handsome dividends and they were happy with the investment. The dividends are your share of the profits from the rental income that is collected from the Kwetu and Kejani purpose-built student accommodation facilities. The rental income is distributed to you based on the number of units that you own. This means that the more units that you own, the more dividends that you will earn. So now let's look at the breakdown of the 2024 dividend distribution. Here's a breakdown of the 2024 dividend distribution. The total declared dividend was 0.66 shillings per unit. 0.30 per unit was paid in September 2024 based on the units each of us held as of 30th June 2024. 0.36 per unit was paid last month of May based on the units held as of 31st December 2024. In 2024, the Acorn I-REIT's total return was 7%, comprised of a 3% capital appreciation and 4% dividend yield. This was an improvement from the previous year's 2023 performance, which consisted of 2% capital appreciation and 3% dividend yield. The total returns in 2023 was 5.6%. I will share the 2021 and 2022 financial results in the pinned comment, and I will also share in the description box, so please do make sure that you check that out. Update number 3, more dividends are coming in September. Have you positioned yourself to make sure that in September you receive dividends from the Acorn I-REIT? If you haven't, I will tell you how you can make sure that you position yourself so that as I receive dividends, you also receive dividends. So let's talk about what you need to know. The first thing you need to know is book closure is happening on the 30th of June. What is book closure? Book closure date, also known as a record date or ex-dividend date, is the date that a shareholder must hold a stock or a share to receive certain benefits like dividend payments. It's a period during which a company will not handle adjustment to the shareholder register or request to transfer shares. Companies will often use the book closure date to identify the cutoff date for determining which investors on record will receive a dividend payment for that period. Let's be specific about the Acorn I-REIT. They have 2 book closures in a year. The first one is within the first 6 months, that is 1st January to 30th of June, and the second book closure is between 1st of July to December. If you hold units of the Acorn I-REIT within the first book closure date, January to June, then you qualify to earn the first interim dividends, which will be paid out in September this year. Between July and August, they will analyze and audit their books. Then you'll receive your dividends in September. So let me use a practical example so that you understand how to qualify for dividends. So let's say, as an example, that you bought 1,000 units between 1st of January 2025 and 30th of June 2025. Those units, because you bought them between 1st January and 30th of June 2025, those units qualify to earn dividends that will be paid out in September. But if you buy an additional 1,000 units in July, those units that you bought in July do not qualify to earn the dividends that will be paid out in September. Therefore, to receive dividends in September, you must own units between now and the 30th of June 2025. And so I want you to take advantage of the ongoing rights issue and invest before the 30th of June so that you secure your dividends at a discount. I don't want you to pay the full price. I want you to take advantage of the discount. And if you're wondering, what is this thing that I'm talking about called a rights issue? Let me tell you more about it. A rights issue, a method used by public entities to raise additional capital from its shareholders, is an invitation from existing shareholders to purchase additional shares in the company. A rights issue grants shareholders the right, but not the obligation, to buy new shares in the primary market, usually at a discount to the market price. If you hold units of the Acorn I-REIT through the Vuka platform, you are an Acorn I-REIT shareholder. So the Acorn I-REIT through the Vuka platform recently issued its 2025 rights issue. This means that for a limited time, we have an opportunity to acquire units at a discounted price and benefit from the capital appreciation and future dividend distribution. Now, how does it work? So practically, how does this work? What do they mean when they say that we are able to buy units on the Vuka platform at a discount? Practically, how can you take advantage of the rights issue or the discounted pricing? So this is how it works. For any units that you purchase between the 1st of June 2025 and the 30th of June 2025, you will receive a credit of 0.21 per unit that you buy, which will be deposited back into your investor wallet, or simply it will be deposited back into your Vuka platform or your Vuka account in July 2025. So yes, you will buy units at the current price, but for every unit that you buy, you will receive a discount or a credit of 0.21 for every unit that you purchase. And that amount will be in your wallet in July. And we also had a rights issue in 2024. So those of you who've been investors before or who've been investors for more than 1 year, you understand how this works. You woke up a month later after buying the units and you found the credit in your wallet. So it's going to happen the same way this year. A reminder that there are limited units available for acquisition, and therefore allotment is going to be done on a first come, first served basis. That being said, let's go to my Vuka dashboard where I'll buy units worth 8,500 because that is my goal for this year, so that I can take advantage of the rights issue and at the same time position myself to earn more dividends in September. Let's go. I have logged in to my Vuka platform. And so for you to log into your Vuka dashboard, all you need to do is go to portal.vuka.co.ke and you'll be able to log in. That is if you already have an account. If you don't have an account, click the link in my description or in my pinned comment or on my pinned comment and you'll be able to easily create an account. It takes less than 1 minute. And so as you can see, when I logged in, your total investment for the year 2025 is 43,963.94. You have invested 6 times in the last 6 months. And so yeah, I have been consistent from January all the way to May, and right now I'm about to buy units worth 8,500 so that I can invest in June and not break my consistency. So the current amount of money, like I said earlier, that I have on this platform is 159,316, and I currently own 6,954 units. And so if you're new here and you're wondering how to navigate this dashboard or how to navigate this platform, I have very many guides about how the Vuka platform works, and I will link it in the description box or the pinned comment, and click that link and you'll be able to learn how it works. For now, as I said, so there are 2 ways. For now, I want to buy units worth 8,500. So there are 2 ways that you can buy units on this platform. So just click here, buy units. It's usually actually default when you log in. That's where you land. So you can either decide, when you click here, units, there's units and then there's amount. So when you click units, you simply type the number of units that you want to buy, and if you don't want to type, you can simply click, for example, 1,000 units. So when you click 1,000 units, the system will automatically calculate for you how much you need to pay in order for you to buy the 1,000 units based on the current price of a share or a unit. And then if not that, you can click amount, which is usually what I do, because I usually have a specific amount of money I want to invest every month. So when I click amount, I simply type out the amount of money that I want to invest, 8,500. So you see the system has automatically done the math. So buy 371 units for 8,500. So I click that. I have read the terms and conditions. And so all I have to do is write my M-Pesa number here, type out my M-Pesa number here, and then the system will automatically send me a prompt to be able to buy my units this month. And so if you're a Kenyan in diaspora and maybe you do not have an M-Pesa number that works, you can also pay for these units via bank. So if you click here, as you can see, they bank with NCBA, Vuka banks with NCBA. So all you have to do is send money to, this account name, Acorn Capital Partners LLP, the account number. You have all the details here. So you can do a bank transfer. And yes, and the reference is usually your account number, or rather your Vuka member number. So please don't use this as your reference, because this is my member number. So use your own member number as shown on the Vuka platform. You can also use the M-Pesa app, write the business number and the account number. The account number is your member number to be able to pay that amount. For me, I always prefer to use this option where you enter your M-Pesa number and you automatically receive a prompt and you make the payment. And that's it. Yeah, so I received a prompt on my M-Pesa, put in my M-Pesa PIN, and the payment was done. So that's why you can see, congrats, you received your order. So if I click track order, you see, so today is the 15th of June. I have bought 371 units. Each unit is valued at 22.91 shillings. And so my order value is 8,499. And the status is pending. Why? Vuka has 2 trading cycles, on the 15th of the month or at the end of the month. So this order will be fulfilled at the end of the month because today is a Sunday. So, on the 15th of June when I was recording this video, or when I invested was a Sunday. So this order will change from pending to fulfilled at the end of the month, because I receive this question a lot where people say I bought units but it's still reading pending. Yeah, they have 2 trading cycles. On the 15th, if you log in if you invest, or rather if you buy units between the 1st to the 15th of the month, that order will be fulfilled on the 15th of the month. And then if you buy any units from, past work hours or on a weekend on the 15th of June up to the end of the month, that order will be fulfilled on the last day of the month. So when you log in to your platform after the end of the month, you should be able to see that your order changed from pending to fulfilled, and also your number of units that you own also changed. Total units held also updated. So yeah, that's it. I have once again invested in June. I have been consistent, and I hope that you do the same. And so because my order is yet to be fulfilled, as you can see, the amount of money is stuck here in the static wallet balance. So they will automatically buy the units for me by the end of the month. And that's it. Remember, by investing before 30th of June, you have an immediate benefit, because you will be purchasing units at a discounted price. And remember, the more units you own, the more dividends you'll earn in September. This offer, the rights issue offer, or the discounted price offer, is valid up to 30th of June 2025. So just like I did, log in onto your Vuka dashboard, invest buy as many units as you can, and in September you'll be a very happy investor. If you're new here, or rather if this is the first time you're hearing of Vuka, the Acorn I-REIT, remember I have over so many, I think I've lost count at this point. I have over 50 guides on the Vuka platform, and I will link all those guides, or rather I will link the 2 playlists in my description box. And again, if you'd like to start investing in the Acorn I-REIT through the Vuka platform, I will leave a link in the description box and in the pinned comment, because I want you to join the Vuka platform, invest in real estate passively, and enjoy the dividends just like the rest of us will be enjoying in September. And with that, let me know if you have any questions about the book closure, about the rights issue, about the dividends, or anything to do with the Vuka platform, and I will respond to all your comments. And with that, bye-bye.